This podcast may contain adult language, adult situations, and some movie spoilers, so listener discretion is advised.
You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
Who?
Jack Burton. Me.
You're a bluebird. You're a brownie. You're a Girl Scout cookie.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.
Want a date? Going out? Looking for some action? Need some company?
This is a snakeskin jacket. For me, it's a symbol of my individuality and my belief in personal freedom.
It's not important, okay? You're not important. Get used to it.
Baby, you are gonna miss that plane.
Welcome to the Cinema Recall Podcast. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Cinema Recall Podcast, continuing our Sidaris September, cover the films of Andy Sidaris, and my guest today is the one and only Damien Riley of the podcast Riley on Film. Hello Damien, welcome to the show. Or actually back to the show.
Hello. I feel like I live here lately. No, just kidding.
You kind of do, man, because Damien has been this is like the third time I think Damien has been on the show. Right. Previously, he talked about 2001: A Space Odyssey, and then we also talked about the 2000 version of Charlie's Angels, and now Damien is back to help me discuss not one but two Andy Sidaris features, full of like double D and double barrel shotguns. Double D women, double barrel shotguns. We are talking about the features Hard Hunted and Fit to Kill. Now on to you, Damien. Now you host a horror movie podcast called Riley on Film. Tell us a little bit more about your podcast and why you chose horror to be the main speaking point there.
Well, it's been horror for probably 2 years, but I always leave the possibility open for another genre. But horror just happens to be one of my favorite genres. I also like thriller, drama, mystery. I mean, I like a lot of different kinds of movies, but I've just been stuck in horror. And I think Zoe would be proud of me out there if she's listening.
Oh, we're talking about Zoe Rose-Smith, Zobo with a Shotgun?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
She has another great podcast, too.
I've done a few shows with her on Talking Stars, and I think I was on with her a couple times on The Lamb, and she's full-on horror. I don't think she even does any other kind of genre.
Zoe reviews, really like hardcore movies.
Yeah, she does. But anyway, I just met so many great people since I started. I think it was about 2012 that I sort of started blogging about movies, and then podcasting came into it probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I don't really keep track, but yeah, it seems like it's been a while. And I met you through The Lamb, and we have kept in touch, and we've done shows, and you're just one of my good friends of podcasting.
You're one of my good friends as well. We are going to get into our thoughts right now about Hard Hunted and also Fit to Kill, but we got to play some ad spots from some amazing people, and then we will be right back.
Waking up at the crack of noon, that's the life for me. A tropical drink waiting by the bed to raise me back into reality. Then I dip in the water, 'cause it's getting hotter. A few drinks later, it's night. It takes a lot of work just to play this hard, but I know I'll get it right. Another day in paradise, shake and bake in the sun. Another day in paradise, they tell me I'm having fun.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Donnie, thank you for being a co-host of this new podcast here over at Rabbit Hole Podcast, but my God, seriously? Leprechaun 2? I can't believe you like that movie. It's not only 6% rated on Rotten Tomatoes, man. What's up with that?
You get the leprechaun Warwick Davis in Las Vegas. You've got a cursed lady. You've got blood. You've got money. What is there not to love about this? And Vern, I know we don't always agree on things. We don't see eye to eye, but why? 24% tomato meter Showgirls. You cannot justify that movie.
It actually has a lot of beautiful shots that happen in there. Plus, it features a really great performance from Elizabeth Berkley.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you can have your Elizabeth Berkley. I'll have my Siobhan Durkin. She was great as Bridget in that movie.
Since we're never going to fully agree, listen to The Rotten Truth over at Rabbit Hole Podcast, rabbitholepodcast.com, and you will find out if credits are fresh or if they are rotten.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
Hard Hunted. They're back. The sexiest G-men in G-strings. This time, they're hot on the trail of a stolen nuclear trigger device.
The most valuable artifact in the world. Kill everyone who stands in your way.
I have a feeling I can forget about my tan.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Survival of the fittest. Hard Hunted. Someone will not get out of this alive.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Cinema Recall Podcast, continuing our Sidaris September month. The first feature that we are going to talk about right now is Hard Hunted. Now, I'm actually just going to pull up right now the IMDb synopsis, unless you have this on here already, Damien. Maybe
you want me to read it?
Yes.
Okay. This is Hard Hunted, 1993. An international arms dealer will stop at nothing to retrieve a stolen Chinese nuclear relay hidden in a jade Buddha figurine. It's up to a group of undercover federal agents, stationed in Hawaii no less, to stop it falling into the wrong hands.
Oh, so during the credits, we're seeing this boat, and we're seeing this guy, and he has like this, he brings this busty Asian girl to his room where another girl waits. And then during the credits, these guys are fishing something out of the water. And then I wrote down there too, in the bedroom of this boat, this guy is drinking champagne as two women strip. They get fully naked, and then one of them seems to just wave her head back and forth around, her private area. That's all she's doing. Can't tell if she's going down on her, but she's just waving her head back and forth, kind of touching each other.
I think it's the softness of her hair.
Maybe.
She's just kind of waving it over the other one, yeah.
Very much there. We find out later that this is Jade and Mika, who are two spies. And apparently, the guy who's watching the show, his name is Kane. And he's at say because he gets this statue, this green emerald statue he wants. And then we kind of cut to this beach resort. Okay, so picture this right now with me, Damien. We're at this beach resort, and we see this woman singing this really kind of tone-deaf song.
Yes, I remember that song, yeah.
The redhead right there. This is Edie, played by Cynthia Brimhall. And she's singing her song. And apparently at this resort, there's this radio station. And at the radio station, there's this other busty black-haired lady named Ava. And during her radio shows, she gives clues to the agents in riddles. Okay, that's her main job, is communicate with other agents. It's like this whole resort is like a headquarters for this group of international spies called Lethal. Lethal. I don't know exactly what the acronym means, and I will find out for sure on future episodes. So just stay tuned to that.
Or if any of you know it, you can put it in the comments, and he will give you some sort of reward.
Yeah. Well, let's just kind of stop right there, Damien. What do you think of what was happening on the boat with the two ladies? Apparently these are like spies, yes. And then the part where you see the other sexy red-haired lady singing. What were your thoughts when you were first watching this movie?
I had trouble blinking.
Okay.
I was enjoying watching it. I think they both had it going on. Definitely, it's like you should watch Charlie's Angels first, to get all, worked up, and then watch this because they actually take their shirts off.
Fair. You know what this kind of reminds me of, and we'll get to it later though. This kind of reminds me of like Baywatch.
Yeah.
But a little bit better.
Similar.
But
it was almost like a Skinamax. I don't know. I think you're a little younger than me, but when Cinemax first came out, everybody called it Skinamax.
I remember Skinamax.
Okay, there you go.
I totally remember that.
Yeah, like at night, like after the kids had gone to bed, like about 9:30 or 10 even, then they would start these movies where they were sort of like skin flicks, but they were just full on like soft porn. They didn't really have a story or anything that was decent. This actually has kind of a fun, almost a kung fu feel to it,
Yeah.
But then you got the hot babes too. So I think this director, and when I say hilarious, I'm not making fun of him. I'm saying it's just fun. What he does is fun, and I find it fun.
Oh, I totally agree with that. So kind of getting back to the story a little bit here. So we got Jade and Mika. They're on the boat. They are seducing Kane to steal this emerald item. All right. And I find it funny too that when one of the women is trying to like steal the statue, they play this song called "In Your Eyes."
Yes.
It's very like supposed to be this very kind of like sultry, sexy song, but in the context of her trying to steal stuff, and she actually ends up shooting one of Kane's bodyguards. It's, I don't know. I found the song choices in this to be hysterical, and it adds like a lot of like unnecessary humor to the whole thing. Because I'm sure the song is supposed to be like sexy and erotic in a way. But if you hear it, I'll play clips here and there on the show. But it's just hysterical.
It really is. Yeah, Go ahead.
I'm sorry, DB. I always feel like this should be like a Bond song, like a really bad.
Well, don't give it too much credit.
It probably was a Bond song, but then they rejected it.
One thing that I thought was interesting, and I think this was in the first scene, it's when the brunette is getting away, and they're both getting away, I guess, and they're in the truck, and they have to speak kind of in code to the radio host.
Yeah.
That was interesting. It was like she wouldn't say actually what's going on. She's speaking all like the spy language and the spy lingo. I wish I would have wrote down some of those lines because they were pretty cool. Just we don't have the advertisement or something like that. I mean, she meant the jade thing or the little Buddha statue, but she would make it sound like she was calling into a station. Oh, she says, "I'm leaving this time because he cheated on me, and I'm not coming back this time." In other words, that means we're on the run,
Yeah.
I remembered one. There you go.
So
that was kind of funny and cool.
That was Mika, and you're right, she just called the radio station show because her cover's been blown. And basically Ava gives her coordinates to go to a safe spot, which is where Donna and the new girl Nicole from Lethal are in. Of course, Donna played by Donna Spear, Nicole played by Roberta Vasquez. And of course, when we meet our heroines, Donna and Nicole, of course, they are on the rocks by a waterfall. It's like they are shooting amazing cover.
Mm-hmm.
They are in their swimsuit bikinis. Then we cut to this Pentagon. White House, in Washington, near the White House at the Pentagon. Agents are discussing a weapon that was stolen, and they believe it was put into the emerald item that our bad guy Kane has. And Lucas is this office worker for like this government agency. He gets a call from Edie, who is the singer at the start, telling him about the woman that is her cover was blown or something of that nature there, and then there was a guy who was helping Mika to escape.
Yes.
He's there at the right. This guy turns out to be a double agent working for Kane by the name of Cole Waters. All right?
Cold Water.
Cole Waters, that's right. Then we featured one of Kane's henchmen is Al Leon. Now, Damien, have you heard of this actor before? When you saw him, did he look familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, his name is... You just said his name, right?
Al Leon. Yes.
Yeah. He's been in... at first, I thought he was in Austin Powers.
I don't believe... He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure as Genghis Khan.
There you go. That's what I had wrong, yeah. Because there's similar kind of humor in those two movies, so I was thinking, maybe he's in, Austin Powers, but now I realize he was in Bill and Ted's, yeah.
He was also in Die Hard.
Wow.
He's also in Lethal Weapon.
Oh my gosh, he gets around.
He was in Big Trouble in Little China.
No wonder I was confused.
No.
I've seen all those movies.
Yeah, so you have seen him in kind of your big favorite movies. But yeah, he actually Lethal Weapon 4, Godzilla, Escape from L.A., Beverly Hills Cop 3, holy crap, Last Action Hero. But he actually has appeared in at least a few of these Andy Sidaris features, including Savage Beach, which I talked about last week with Rob from Fat, Church, and Stupid, and then this movie too. It actually has more of like the speaking parts in this movie. So,
and he has a helicopter named Raven.
Oh, see, I never picked up on that. All right.
Yeah, his helicopter is really weird looking. It almost looks like a demilitarized, like something you'd see in the Road Warrior or something. It has like sharp corners and things he's put on it that are weapons, and it says Raven on the side. So at one point he says to his partner, get Raven ready to go. And I didn't know if that meant a woman or not. And then I said, the helicopter is called Raven. I get it.
Nice. That was helicopter.
And he's a pretty good shot, but, it's always cracks me up in these kind of action movies when you see the bullets hitting the dirt and they're running and they just right behind them the whole way.
Well, have you noticed too, and we'll get into this later on too, but every time there is a gun scene or gun shootout scene, it shows it's a two cut. So it shows a one cut of someone shooting a gun, and the next scene is someone avoiding the bullets. You never actually see them in one shot.
Yeah, and that's what they used to do in the 80s. Was this? Oh, this is 93. Okay. Yeah, he probably knew how to do it more realistically, but he probably didn't care. He's like, oh, just, people will get it.
We kind of do it. It really doesn't matter. So in the story, Leon's character is following the girls, and they actually know he's hunting Mika, and he shoots her, kind of in Donna and Nicole and her are all around the same place, and Leon's character shoots at Mika, who dies, but our two girls, Donna and Nicole, they escape with the item, with that emerald item. All right. And I find it funny too that both of them are trying to shoot at this helicopter who has rockets, and all they have is just small pistols.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, of course, they had been kind of in regular clothes. I think at that point they had dresses on.
Yeah.
So they had to have them be able to stow them somewhere, So they were probably in a little pocket or something in their dress. And so that made sense to me that they had the small guns, but I forget, did they hit anybody?
I don't think they did. I don't think they did, but I know for sure that Leon's character, kills Mika. And then Nicole makes a call out to Lucas at the Pentagon headquarters, and he tells them to meet at the hideout spot in Hawaii, which the bad guys soon find out about. Then there is a funny sequence where this guy named Shane, who has like this. You remember the show Full House?
Yeah.
Okay. The guy was it like Joey the rock singer?
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
He was, yeah.
But
probably I think it was Joey. Yeah, but I could be so wrong on this, and if I am, boy, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I forget the
Full House names are not my forte. So
fair enough. Well, in the show Full House, I'm not gonna bother trying to like look this up right now.
I think it is Joey, but you might be confusing him with Friends Joey.
Well, no.
Friends Joey is an actor.
He's an actor. Well, I know it. Well, there's a character in Full House who's like kind of like the rock star.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's John Stamos.
John Stamos. Yeah, John Stamos. I think it was
name.
Jesse.
Yeah, it was Jesse.
Uncle Jesse. Sorry. All right.
You got it.
So this guy kind of looks like Uncle Jesse, and he's there with this beautiful, busty blonde lady, which I don't remember her name. But he's showing her how to shoot a gun. And he's trying to shoot these cans, and he can't hit one target. But when she takes the gun, she's able to shoot all the targets with not a problem at all.
She's a double agent.
She's a double agent. That's right.
We never knew it. We never knew it.
All right. So we got Bruce and Shane. Now, Shane is the person with like black hair, and Bruce is the guy with like blonde hair. And they're both awaiting Donna and Nicole at this hideout. But they are spied upon by that same double agent, Cole Waters. All right? Mm-hmm. And then during this moment, after both Donna and Nicole arrive, Donna gets taken hostage, and a gunfight ensues.
And Edie Stark is the singer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, on the plane, Donna here can see up her hand, and she's able to like kick a bad guy out. And I find this funny. She's able to drop the bad guy out, and then she's able to drop a grenade and escape via parachute.
Yes.
Like, it seems like
that's the best scene in the whole movie, in my opinion.
But
I'm glad you mentioned that.
It almost seems like Damien too that the grenade just happened out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, maybe she found it in there. That's what I was thinking.
But if you look at the shot, when she's like, tied up and they have the pilot and the bad guy, I don't see any grenades at all. Yeah. And then it just seems like there just happens to be one just strategically placed somewhere. Like she just reached behind her back and bam, there a grenade was.
Yeah, and I mean, don't like evil helicopter pilots or airplane pilots, don't they like carry a parachute? Don't they have one on their back? It seems like he would have just jumped out right after her,
I thought, but guess not. Well, he didn't have time to. He exploded right away.
Well, with all these boobs flying in my face, I sometimes have thoughts about what, but not often.
Fair enough. So after Donna, she jumps out of the airplane with a parachute, she lands, but she crashes her head on a rock when she lands, so she's passed out. The other agents of Lethal begin to search for her whereabouts. There is a set scene that happens between Lucas and Edie, who is the gorgeous redhead who sings at the beginning of the movie. So I want to keep your track of where we're going with the story here. But that set scene was so tame that if my grandparents walked in, I would not feel at all embarrassed to shut it off.
Yeah, this is not Skinamax like we were talking earlier. It's more, what's the word for it? Kind of like, you remember that movie Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen? It reminded me a little bit of Hot Shots, only there weren't like in-your-face jokes, It was filmed kind of similar to that, where, you're meant to kind of laugh and you're meant to, admire these lovely ladies, but, it's not. And then the sex scene, I agree, it was pretty tame. But I don't think it's meant to be like a soft porn or anything like that.
It reminds me of like kind of the love scenes in 80s action movies like Lethal Weapon 2 and like Top Gun.
Oh, yeah.
And I was playing this on a last episode, but if you ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Where they actually have like a love scene between Frank, and it always shows like the curtains being blown and everything's moving really kind of slow motion.
Mm-hmm. That's
what this kind of reminded me of. So it's taking the inspiration from some of those early 80s movies, but it's giving you more by having
Yeah.
a lot more cleavage and boobs and butts and all that stuff. But all their movements is not what Sets is, and I find it to be hysterical. Like
That's well said.
him, and actually, I found a video that actually shows like a commentary from Andy Sidaris as he's shooting a set scene, and he shoots it like a photographer shooting a romance cover novel, because the actors are just posed together. The two actors are just posed together, for like a long time, and then they set the camera up for another shot, and then it's just another pose of them. And then there's a sequence too where he has like a scene where a lady's being like laid on the floor and the guy is on top of her, and they're just giving kind of small movements there, and he says in the commentary, the guy's got a sock on, so you might keep it safe there. Like, I was like, holy crap, I would not be able to maintain my sock if I had to do that. So that's a major commitment on the actor's part to just sort of just stay in still poses, and there's somewhat a I guess a photographer's eye when it comes to shooting scenes, because each cut of the movie could almost be a romance cover novel. If you actually zoom in more or pull out more, you could have just a romance cover novel to that.
Yeah, and they are, there's a level of that in these films. They are, there's some romance, there's some kissing, there's some sex, there's some, bare-chested women running around. But it's, I wouldn't really call it, like a soft porn or something like that. I wouldn't call it that. It's kind of somewhere in between, just funny, silly, exciting, and with nudity.
An erotic sex action comedy, and his wife, who was Arlene Sidaris, is on the set as well. She's a producer, and the commentary, it was for, I think, Return to Savage Beach that I mentioned. She is also involved in the filmmaking as well, because she's a producer, and they're a husband and wife team who work together and make these movies. So hey, kudos to Andy for being happily married and making these movies with his wife, and they seem to both enjoy it. So I'm like, hey, good for them. So getting back to our filmmaker Andy Sidaris in the feature Hard Hunted.
Yes.
Okay. So Donna wakes up at this house with these mysterious men, and it seems like she has amnesia. She ends up stealing this gun from Cold Waters, but is recaptured by the bad guys. Now we got these henchmen who are hired by Kane, and they are used to hunt agents, but they're like these really kind of dumb agents. Like, they're very kind of slapsticky.
Yes.
Now, how does the agents know where they are? Because they seem to find them pretty quick. All right. And I thought it was funny too. So Ed, Edie, and Lucas are on this beach. The bad guys pull up in this boat, and they are shooting at them, but then Edie and Lucas just seem to calmly walk away from the bullets. Like, they don't seem like walk. They seem like walk fast, but they don't seem too concerned. Now they end up flinging an explosive into a boat. The boat explodes, and neither of these henchmen die. One of them just looks like when bombs explode in cartoons. And
I was just thinking how much fun it must have been to direct these movies, because it's almost like directing a cartoon but in real life.
Oh, I bet. And plus, you're bringing in everyone to this tropical location.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Hey, we're just gonna make this really fun movie, and you're gonna be with other beautiful women and good-looking guys as well, and everyone's just gonna have just a good, nice, relaxing time with each other.
Yeah. But and with the plot sequence, like you mentioned, they're just walking away and they didn't get shot. It'd just be fun to be setting up all the effects. Like our friend in Tropic Thunder. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, it's been a while.
The guy that's lighting up the jungle. I'm gonna light up the jungle. It's almost like they were lighting up the desert in this one.
Oh, very much so.
Or not desert, but yeah, when they're in the dirt,
Sure.
They're in Hawaii, so it's certainly not the desert. It's like a tropical paradise. But aren't they in somewhere else? I think there's a lot of mountains at some point, too.
I've never been to Hawaii, but they're like in Honolulu, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I've never been there, but anyone wants to like give money to Cinema Recall Podcast so that me and Damien can fly out to Hawaii.
I need to give money to Cinema Recall Podcast too. So let's support this guy. He's a man.
Well, I would definitely bring you and your wife and other people there too. And
thank you.
See? Oh yeah. Now, getting back to the movie here, there is one of the bad guys who actually has Nicole is this guy with an eye patch. And I wrote this down too. He's drinking, which looks like iced tea, but it's supposed to be this whiskey. But I clearly see that it's iced tea and not whiskey. All right. Now here's where things get to be kind of like creepy in a way, because Cole is telling Donna that they used to be lovers, and she can't remember him. And he's like, "Well, do you remember this?" And they start kissing. And she's like, "I don't remember this, but it feels nice. It feels nice." Yeah, let's face it, folks. Cole practically rapes her by saying that they used to be lovers.
Yes.
All right. Now, and then when Donna wakes up, she remembers who she is, and she kills Cole. Our bad guy, Kane. And then I kind of lost track of my notes here. Basically, the more gunfights happen, Kane escapes in his boat. Both Donna and Nicole are like, "Well, we almost had him, but we'll get him next time." Maybe you can fill in the blanks here. After Donna kills Cole, maybe you can reflect what happens.
Well, let's see here. This was the first film. And I think what happens is they're fighting the high tech people, right? The smugglers.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that particular juncture you're talking about, but I do know that they use their erotic charms. They have weaponry, of course, and that's what makes it kind of fun to watch. I was thinking that this would be a good movie, like if I'm just grading papers or just doing something, and this could be like a nice background, because I could once in a while just look up and it doesn't really matter what the plot is.
Sure. That's right. As Jason Soto has said when we first covered Hard Ticket to Hawaii, there's really not so much plot. So after, Donna does discover who she is and kills the bad guy, she ends up joining up with Nicole, who happens to be on the same island where she is, and they fight the other bad guys, but Kane ends up escaping. But that does lead us into our next feature.
Yeah.
Which is...
And let me just say, the reason I could remember Edie's name is because when she's singing that cheesy music in the bar, right behind her it says Edie.
Yes.
That's how I remembered it.
Yeah.
They need one behind Donna and Nicole, and then I would remember them too.
But yeah, well, all right.
Yeah, let's move on.
Move on here to Fit to Kill.
Fit to Kill.
Fit to Kill, an Andy Sidaris film. Mix one fabulous diamond with one international jewel thief, and you're fit to kill.
I want to give this diamond to the Russian people in their hour of freedom.
The diamond's been stolen!
From a museum in Leningrad, to the casinos in Las Vegas, to the shores of Hawaii. It's babes, bombs, and bullets. It's the sexiest scheme on the screen since James Bond discovered Pussy Galore.
It's actually quite brilliant.
Hold on to your seat. Danger never looked so good.
You don't know what you're missing.
Fit To Kill, an Andy Sidaris film starring Donna Spear, Roberta Vasquez, Penthouse Pet of the Year Julie Strain, Bruce Penhall, and R.J. Morris Kane, with Ava Cadell, Drive-In Movie Critics' Breast Actress of the Year.
So our heroines.
Now I'm going to tell you right now, I watched both of these. I watched one last night and I watched one today. This one I didn't quite finish, so don't ask me for the trick ending.
Okay.
I actually don't know. But I saw a lot of it.
That's okay, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this one, Donna and Nicole are being stalked by what seems they're mercenaries, but it's just Shane and Bruce, and they're all just playing a game of paintball. All right? And then later on, Donna and Nicole are attacked by this toy helicopter, but it was all just some part of like training exercise that Lucas is, having his agents learn and do. All right? Now we cut to Vegas, and Kane is in Vegas, and he has he has his girlfriend, who is I think it was Jade from the first movie, but she's played by a different actress. And I found this first sequence, when you see the girl, she always has her head turned away from the camera, so you never see her face, and it looks like her voice is dubbed by like a Valley girl.
Yeah. Well, I didn't notice that, but now that you mention it, I do notice it, now that you said that.
And the weird thing is that you do see her face the camera using that same voice. So it wasn't necessarily a dubbed voice, but I never quite understood why her face was turned to the camera. And she's like, "Hi, honey. Welcome home. I missed you. And I just went shopping today. I found a new outfit. Can't wait to try it on for you." But it seems like it's someone narrating a scene.
Yeah, why did they do that? I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, and it's clearly a different woman from the first movie. Her body type is different. I thought it to be kind of odd.
The other one has more of almost a rounder face, almost like I don't want to say younger, but like more of like a baby face look. The brunette in the other movie. Yeah, this one's more of a like, I'm a model. Don't mess with me. She's beautiful, of course. But.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. And then we are introduced to the one and only Julie Strain, Penthouse Pet of the Year. Now, do you know the show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she is married to one of the co-creators of that series, Kevin Eastman.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So, he's his wife right there. She has been in probably a few other mainstream movies. She was in Beverly Hills Cop 3, Naked Gun 33 and a Third. Great movie I want to watch called Space Girls in Beverly Hills.
Haven't seen it, but it sounds hilarious.
Heavy Metal 2000.
Haven't seen that.
Trying to either the Bear Winch Project, episodes of. I thought it was episodes of Tales from the Crypt, but no, it was Tales from the Crapper. Bunch of other kind of like B-titles right there, but that's probably she's best known for being in these movies and also in a whole bunch of other softcore or market titles that were on Skinemax back in the day. But she's doing this training exercise, and of course, as she's training, the best way to do any training is to take your top off right there. So
yeah,
gotta let the girls breathe, I guess. So she's doing everything topless, and not a bad way to go.
Yeah,
it made sense to me.
I think you just sold the movie to hundreds of men that were just listening.
Yeah, or
lesbians.
I find it too when it comes to like naked women. A lot of straight women will look.
Oh yeah, sometimes yeah.
Oh.
Hey, speaking of that, the brunette that replaced the other actress, what's the name of that character again?
Roberta Vasquez, or are you talking about the Asian?
Oh, yeah, probably that's the actor. I was thinking of the character's name, but it doesn't matter. That one you're talking about, not the Asian one, but anyway, she has this like
are you talking about Donna
thing.
So I don't want to confuse you. Are you talking about Donna and Nicole, those two?
Yeah, not the blonde, but the brunette.
The brunette, yeah, Roberta Vasquez.
Okay, yeah, her. She's very beautiful, I have to say. But she has like this, it's kind of like a bodice thing that goes up, and it's almost like a bondage looking thing, but not really. And like on the breasts, it has like all these little studs Remember all those little studs?
Okay.
They were on the boat. I remember seeing it on the boat and going, oh my, that's an interesting. Probably went into the deep, dark places of Hollywood to get that.
Of course. Oh.
But no, it's just a lot of good things to look at here.
Roberta Vasquez, I think she was only in a few mainstream movies. One of them was The Rookie with Charlie Sheen and Clint Eastwood.
Oh, that's going back. I was thinking of the other Rookie that had Colin Farrell in it, I think.
Oh, that 2000. No, she wasn't in that one. They were talking about the.
Okay, got it. I want to see it. I like Rookie. Is it like a cop? Oh, he's a sports player or a cop?
No, it's definitely a cop movie.
Oh,
Charlie
okay.
Sheen and Clint Eastwood are definitely cops in that one.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna check it out then.
But yeah. All right. So, getting bad story here. So, Julie Strain, which is the very tall. I think she's about 6'7". She's like giant Amazon woman there. The kind of curly black hair. She tries to kill Kane, but fails, and he invites her to dinner. All right.
Yeah.
Now we cut to there's a meeting with the other lethal agents with like Lucas, Donna, Nicole, Edie, Shane, and Bruce, and of course they have to have their meeting in a hot tub because
of course, yeah.
Why wouldn't you have your meeting in a hot tub?
Absolutely.
That seems like the best thing. This is where there's exposition, and I was paying somewhat attention to the exposition, but
good for you.
Not really. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
We then cut to, I guess, some sort of like dinner with Kane and Julie Strain's character, and he hires her to work for him for some sort of like dumb reason. Like he's not going to tell the person who hired Julie Strain's character that she didn't kill her target, and so that's how he blackmails her into working for him, and he's going to pay her. So essentially, he's going to help pay her to hunt down the other agents to get their jewel back. All right?
Yeah.
All right. So, now we have Donna and Nicole. They made it to this other place to change clothes because we need to have a nude scene. I mean, come on now. It's been about 7 minutes between the last they got naked. We got to have a nude scene, like, right away. So, of course, they're going to have to change clothes, which is not for no reason.
I noticed that women, too, in this series, they really are so playful when they find waterfalls.
Yes.
Have you noticed that? They really become, like best friends, and they kind of hang out in the waterfall, and that's handy for us.
Of course, See? So Donna, Nicole, and Bruce are hired to guard this diamond at this party. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now we cut to another scene where Julie and this arms dealer, they're talking about this remote control plane that he has, but their conversation, it's like they're talking about the guy's penis.
Oh, yes. I think I remember that part.
A lot of, like, sexual innuendo language going on there. And this movie is like, is that your tool? It's like, yes, it is. Open it up there. Like, that's a nice thing you got there, fly boy. It's like, yeah, it's long and it's hard. It's like, and she's like, got good firepower. If you got your grip, it does. And just really just kind of like, I'm not going to quote this thing verbatim, and I'm probably wrong about what I'm saying there, but yeah, she's basically talking about the plane like it's his dick, and the way he is standing behind the crate of the plane, and he's like, open it up. And, yeah.
The director's wet dreams coming to life.
I know, right? So she has this airplane, remote airplane, and she explodes this bike from this guy, which I never understood what his connection was with anything, but she explodes his bike, kills the guy, steals the suitcase, and I love her reaction, like, her, gotcha! And she also has, like, this kind of, like, weird, odd reactions after she does kill the guy that I found to be really great. Alright. Now, Damien, we get to the party. The party where they're supposed to...
I love how you pay so close attention to the plot. I just love that. That is so amazing.
So, now, I even heard from you. So, we get to this party, and we got the music banging. All right, Edie is singing another tone-deaf jam, which is absolutely kind of great. But what do you think about this moment there? when everyone's there at the party here. What are your thoughts about this? Just the general.
It reminded me a little bit of like in the 80s when there'd be like all the cocaine and everything, and drug smugglers were invited and things like that. It was debauchery, I don't know. But what are you getting at exactly?
Well,
I'm not
because
sure.
here's the thing too, have you noticed that when she is sitting in the sauna and everyone's sort of like dancing with each other, everyone seems to be dancing to a different song.
Oh. Yeah, I can see that.
They're not really dancing in sync, and Kane asked Donna to dance with him, and she's very reluctant about it, though, but they do dance together. And then Donna tries to like spy on Kane because she sees him going upstairs.
Yes.
And while they're upstairs, Kane tries to rape her. Mm-hmm. And then Julie Strain's character, which I forgot her character's name, she takes pictures of them on the bed, so it looks like she's double-crossing her team. Then they drug Donna, they steal the diamond, but they also drug Kane to make it look like he's not an accomplice in stealing it, so it looks like he's kind of innocent as well.
I don't know how anyone, after that other movie, I don't know how anyone could think Kane is innocent.
Well, yeah.
He's like the evil dude. But yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
And then I guess after Julie Strain's character escapes, she has like the seduction scene with one of the bodyguards, which is really kind of funny. She's licking like water that comes out of a faucet.
Yeah.
Which I found to be just hysterical, and some of the lines
double meaning.
Yeah, and some of the lines they both give each other have just been really hysterical, fun. Now we cut to the next day, and the necklace that tracks Kane, it breaks because apparently during the first movie, the necklace that he wears around his neck has a tracking device, and that's where that's why the agents can find out where he is at all time. But the same henchmen who exploded in the first movie, they're back, and I don't know why he decides to use that same team again. Mainly because the director found the actors for a good price, and he needed to have them. We need some more comic relief, all right? These action movies are good, but we need some more comic relief in this one. So they break the necklace, and the girl wants to replace it herself, but he's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll have my other henchmen try to replace it. And then while he's at this pawn shop, these other bad guys steal the necklace and a whole bunch of other money from this pawn shop, which I know for a fact, I don't think these bad guys have any connection to our other bad guys. They just seem to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right. And then they steal the necklace. Then we cut to this random nude photo shoot between Eddie and Lucas, where she's like wearing this like tight see-through white outfit that hugs all her curves and everything.
Yeah.
And then so Donna and Kane, who seem to be double. Now might get into some spoilers here. Are you okay with that?
Go for it. Yeah, I always do spoilers.
Okay, so apparently the guy that hired so the Asian guy who hired Donna, Nicole, and the rest of the lethal agents, it turns out he was a double crosser as well, and he was double crossed to protect the diamond. So he's apparently a bad guy now, and he's kind of holding Donna and Kane hostage. And then we cut to another sequence here. Folks, this actually happens in the movie. So if you think that I'm just like going over things randomly, that's how it is in this movie, okay? So Ava, who's the radio disc jockey who gives all the clues to other female agents, she's attacked while she's doing her radio show. And I forgot to mention because two, I guess, Russian, how do you say the word here? Like diplomats are there to visit.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a Russian diplomat who has kind of a crush on Ava, and Ava is attacked by one of the bad guys. Which bad guy? I don't know, but he's a bad freaking dude. And so Ava's attacked, and her Russian friend the Russian guy pulls a gun on him, but he actually doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like, the bad guy actually pulls a gun, but doesn't actually shoot the guy.
I know. That's pretty common, though, in movies. You should know that by now.
Well, no, but he has a gun right there. Is he going to shoot the Russian and kill her, too? But no, the bad guy just runs away after her Russian friend gets into a fight with him. Like, they're in a fight, and then he pulls a gun, and he doesn't shoot them. So anyways, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, yeah, that is a shock, you know.
Okay.
You'd think that he would just shoot him right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had the upper hand on him. Why didn't he just shoot him? But nope, the bad guy runs away. Ava and her Russian friend, they end up having sex. She takes a phone call, and she's actually doing, like, dialogue, and she's like, you should find love, and I'm about to find love right now. And, yeah, watch that radio show. So they have sex. And then Kane is there with Donna, and he has this, like, secret fantasy dream sequence where he is, like, this super secret agent, like a James Bond, and he has a dream that he's having sex with Donna, or just being in this, like, really elaborate Bond sequence. It seems like he's doing the sequence from For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah.
There's a famous Bond movie, video cassette, where it has, like, a girl stand-in, and Bond is featured in between her legs.
Yeah.
So they kind of get faraway shots.
I forget. Yeah, I'm not a big, like, I haven't seen him a bunch of times, but yeah, I know the way. I can see the poster.
Yeah.
In my head. Time to Kill, maybe?
Might be. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, there's a famous Bond poster where a woman is standing with her legs kind of like spread apart. Bond is in between them, and he shoots a gun in between them.
Oh, maybe View to a Kill.
That could be View to a Kill, too.
View to a Kill.
Yeah. But it was kind of a famous shot, and they kind of recreate this for this dream sequence that Kane is having. He wants to be the secret agent. So we're getting very close to the end of this right now. At the end, when bad guys are attacking Edie and Lucas, they blow up Julia Strain's remote plane, and she gets upset, starts shooting with them at this machine gun. And there's a great sequence where Lucas says to cover me, and Edie just jumps on him to cover his body, and he says, no, not like that. No.
I only saved your life, but not like that.
Not like that, exactly. So anyways, they explode the other boat. They explode Kane's yacht, where the bad guys were. And then everything ends up back in the hot tub. So
that's always this movie's great. You always end up back in the hot tub. It's just like a vacation. You know, you go out in the day, you fight Russians, you get a little lunch, then ultimately it always ends up no tops for the women, and we're drinking champagne in the jacuzzi.
So I never really mentioned how Kane and Donna escaped from these bad guys, but they end up doing so. And I don't quite remember how they did, but it doesn't really matter because they actually did. And they end up blowing up his boat. Not with him on it, though. I think Kane is still alive, but we'll find out maybe in another movie. Yeah, like I said before, folks, these movies just kind of go all over the place a little bit. And I'm trying my best to really just try to repeat the storyline, but fuck, man.
This is like a bachelor pad movie. I mean,
oh yeah.
If you have a party, you get a keg or you get some brews, and you have your friends over, you could just like have it going in the background, put the bass on. It's got some decent sound effects. I'm not going to say the music is great,
no,
but some of the music is okay.
Yeah.
So you could just have it in the background, or you could watch the whole thing like we have, and it's it's worth watching. I think
it's a fun, silly movie. I'm hoping on upcoming episodes I can get some comments from like other female podcasters.
There you go.
Hoping to have my friend Heather Bassendale from the MILFcast.
Oh, she'd be a good one. Yeah, because she's very open-minded and
Yeah.
she likes action movies and stuff.
Yeah. So I think that she'd be a great upcoming co-host for this right now. But right now, I've got nothing more to say about both Hard Hunted and Fit to Kill. So, Damien, first of all, Hard Hunted, where would you rate this one at?
Well, just to remind your viewers, too, I watched this one on Prime.
Okay.
So it is available. If you have Amazon Prime, this one's available. And I actually like this one better than the other one. So I'd probably, I thought should I call them actresses or models? No.
Well, I mean,
I thought the actresses who are as beautiful as models, I thought they were sort of, I don't know, they were dressed better or something. I thought they were a little bit prettier in the first movie.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the look of them in the first movie. I would give this one, it's weird because if I rate it, compared to like a movie like Forrest Gump, I think Forrest Gump would probably win, or Castaway. Tom Hanks movies are coming into my mind right now. But, just to rate it for what it is, which is kind of just sort of like a banal delight, I would say I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, are you doing 10 or are you doing 5?
Yeah, 10 is fine. 10 is fine.
Okay.
6 out of 10, that's perfect here. What about Fit to Kill?
Fit to Kill would go down a couple notches. Although there was some humor in it, more so than the first one. But the look of it, and maybe it's because I was a little rushed. I waited too long to watch it. But I watched it this morning and I preferred the other one, mostly because the second one was kind of, I think they tried to make it too stylish. I think it's too flashy.
Yeah.
So it just didn't appeal to me as much. So I'd probably give that one a 5 out of 10.
Fair enough. But, I'm pretty much in the same boat as you are, Damien. I definitely like the first movie more. The first movie just flows a little bit faster. The storyline is a little bit more quicker. I found the characters to be much more interesting and engaging than the second movie. I just didn't really understand the whole storyline, the double crossing with the guy who hires these ladies to protect his diamond. It turns out him to be a bad guy, and they try to put in this whole subplot with, I guess, in the World War II with like Nazis and people trying to protect this diamond. And because the goal is trying to give this diamond to like these Russian. That's why the Russian diplomats are there. That they're there to receive this diamond. And it turns out that the guy who's giving the diamond away is a bad guy who's trying to steal the diamond for himself. I'm like, well, if he's trying to steal the diamond, why is he hiring these other agents to protect it? So
there were some problems there, with that story.
So there's a lot of script problems right there, but Hard Hunted, pretty easy to engage that one right there, because apparently there's like this trigger item in that Jade Scorpion, and that's what Kane is using it for. He wants to try and sell it to other bidders, and that's why the agents are there to get it back from him. Very simple storyline. They try to get it back, and they do get it back, and they try to kill the guy, but he escapes. And I just found the first one to be a lot more fun. I love all the cheesy songs too that happen. All these movies are also around 90 minutes, which is perfect length.
Yeah.
For any movie right there. I think we said a lot about both these movies. We
I do too.
Give some facts about some of the actors involved with this, and talked about the artwork of Andy Sidaris and his filmmaking team. And I gotta say, even to be involved with the crew on this would be amazing. I mean, if I have a chance to hold a boom mic for these movies in Hawaii,
you could be in charge of oiling up the bikini models.
That, of course, that's
an inside joke for movie fans.
Everyone wants to have that job too. But if they said, Vern, you're gonna hold a boom mic while these girls are naked around each other, okay, sure.
Do you remember that joke in Dumb and Dumber?
Oh, is that near the very end?
The bus is cruising by and they stop in the Hawaiian Tropic. It's a Hawaiian Tropic bus, and all the women have bikinis on, and they come out and they say, "Hey boys, come on, we need somebody to, oil our bodies or something." He says something like, Well, we're not trained in that.
Oh, no, he goes, oh, you are in luck. There is a town back that way.
That's right.
There's tons of guys over there. Right?
That's a good thing to think about.
That was a great way to end that movie too. That was perfect.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, this, like I said before, these movies remind me of like Baywatch or like Baywatch Nights. Remember that show, Baywatch Nights?
Yes.
Whereas like Baywatch Nights is like about like a spy agency in Baywatch, and that's what this kind of reminds me of. But the girls actually get naked in these movies versus Baywatch.
That's what I was gonna say. It's kind of like Charlie's Angels, only they lose their tops.
Yes, very much so. But hey, man, thank you. So if I had to rate these movies, I'm gonna give Hard Hunted out of like 10. I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh!
What happened?
I can't believe you gave that a 10.
No, I didn't say 10. No, I said wait. Hard Hunted out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I
was gonna have to argue a 10.
Oh no, I'm not giving 10. I was like, out of 10. I'm gonna rate it around like a 7.
Okay, a little higher than me. All right, that's fine.
And then for 7 or 8, I can't decide, but pretty high on that one. And then Fit to Kill out of 10. I'm rating that a little bit lower than you. I'm rating that down to probably 3.5.
I agree with that. Yeah, it's lacking a little bit.
Oh, right.
Sometimes they rely too much on the success of the first one. They think, we don't have to work so hard, But you do. Every sequel has to be better.
Yeah. So that's going to wrap up our discussion of both Hard Hunted and Fit to Kill. Damien, maybe you can help plug what's going on your podcast, Riley on Film.
Yes, you can. Well, I'm doing more work with the Vern, which I'm excited about. I want to look into some of the more quirky films that I like or that I'm interested in seeing, and I'll be hitting you up for those if you don't mind.
Oh, please do, man. I love that.
All right, yeah, because we share that in common. We like the quirky stuff. And I learned that when you did Howard the Duck.
Oh yes.
I was like, this guy's just like me.
I had to do a lot of like defending of Howard the Duck, even later on too, after the episode of the Lambcast. I'm still sort of like defending Howard the Duck, and I'm like, I don't know how to really defend this movie anymore. I can understand why people who watch it totally hate it. I read Movie Rob's review of Howard the Duck. I'm like, okay, totally understand it. Makes total sense. Oh yeah, you totally hate that movie. And his review.
You never know with him. Sometimes I agree with him. Sometimes we're complete opposites.
Yeah,
you just never know.
And that's totally fine. He made up some like really good points about the movie too, and like okay, but I'm still gonna love Howard the Duck. And
you're the man. But anyway, just about what's happening with me. Basically, if new people are listening and don't know about me or haven't heard of my site, it's RileyOnFilm.com. And basically what I've been doing for about the last year is writing about movies that maybe you haven't seen. So you're going to see some horror movies on my site that maybe you haven't heard of, independent ones, things like that. People either send them to me or I get them through horrornews.net, where I'm a writer. And so I get stuff sent to me sometimes, and then I try to focus on that. So my site's kind of becoming more of a independent horror type of site, but it can switch at any time. I mean, I could do Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory tomorrow.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a horror movie. Okay, I don't care.
That's right. So anyway, that's just the basics, and I would love to get to know more people. To me, that's what podcasting is about.
Sure.
So tune in. It's RileyOnFilm.com, and it's a podcast. And sometimes I do video, but mostly it's just audio, like we're doing today.
Very cool, man. Very cool indeed. I originally was on Riley on Film's previous episode talking about mermaid horror films with The Lure and Mermaid
That
Down.
was so great. Yeah, let's promote that some more, because that was a lot of fun. And just to think of such an oxymoron, you're thinking of the tale of a mermaid and this beautiful woman who's a mermaid, and then you're thinking of horror. It's kind of like, how do those fit together? But they really do.
They do.
We talk about it.
Exactly, man. Definitely go on to his website, RileyOnFilm.com. Damien's found on Twitter at RileyOnFilm.
Thank you so much. Yeah, between
there.
those two, you should be able to find me. I'm also on Facebook, but I seem to be I need to keep that up more. I don't really tend to my Facebook, but I do have a page for Riley on Film there if you're on Facebook.
Well, definitely search that for Will. That's awesome, man. As for Cinema Recall Podcast, I know that we are continuing our series of Andy Sidaris features. Not quite sure what's happening next week or so, mainly because I've got other things going on. But I promise you folks, we will have an episode out for you. You can find all of our episodes, past, present, and future, at the site cinemarecall.net. We're available on most other podcast platforms such as Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, most places you can find podcasts at. We are on Twitter at cinema_recall, and then Facebook and Instagram, we are Cinema Recall Podcast. Don't forget to support us on Patreon, patreon.com/cinemarecallpod, where you can get early access to episodes, bonus shows not available anywhere else, a special shout out from me on each episode. Also a chance for you to pick topics and be a co-host on episodes, so definitely check that out. That is all for right now. Big thank you to my guest co-host, good friend, Damien Riley from the Riley on Film podcast. Please support his show. He's got great conversations with other great podcasters, and follow his guests, follow him, check out his reviews.
Thanks, man.
The guy knows his horror very well.
We've both been doing this longer than we care to admit, huh?
I know, right? Exactly. But anyways, folks, that's it for now. The Vern and Damien signing off for Cinema Recall Podcast, and all have a great night. And as the seagulls and waves crash, we come to another and one episode of Sidaris September. Stay tuned for next one.
Another day in paradise. I never wanna go home. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. After dinner and drinks on the beach, we sit and watch the sunset. Then it's off to party all night long. Tell me how high can one get? We play and dance and we make romance. Tonight I've got the mic. And as for tomorrow, well, I never met a zombie that I didn't like. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.